We're in Austria and we're driving the new S63 AMG. Just the highlights first, it's the same engine as in the E63 with 430 kilowatt and 900 Newton meters of torque. However, that's not the same as in the E63, although it's the same as the performance package in the E63, but they've upped the torque by 100 Newton meters compared to the performance pack in the E63. If you look at the front, there's different air intakes, more aggressive, different grille, obviously different wheels and tires. Along the side there's a sill. You can, for instance, the sill extension, you can order it in carbon fiber. If we move towards the rear, we have the 4 exhaust pipes, and last night Mercedes-Benz's engineers explained to us how they've tuned it to be still the, how can I say, the traditional AMG sound, but just a little bit softer, because that's what the client actually wants. Very subtle, very well engineered. Yes, and a monster of a car. And let's there's a cow approaching us. Let's quickly jump in the car and see what it's like to drive. We're on a narrow little Austrian mountain pass, but let's see what this car's about. There's lots of toys in this car, like that. All the safety systems. I was thinking last night, it's probably one of the cars where you go through all the specifications, all the technologies, and you don't know how to sum it up. There's so much to mention. Just looking in the cabin in front of you, you've got 2 huge screens. The one on the right is 31.2 centimeters across, and you've got the suspension system you can play with. If you look here, there's the active body control, comfort, sport, and obviously there's the comfort, sport and manual setting for the gearbox. But at the end of the day, you really just want to sit back and enjoy how effortless this car can cross a continent. The cabin, as with the standard S-Class, which we drove about 2 months ago, it's absolutely of the highest quality. It's similar to a music theatre back in the day almost. And AMG hasn't gone and changed a lot, but what they have changed, it's typically AMG, the seats, perforated steering wheel. Now it's the Falterbach badge on the center armrest. Very stylish. There's the lighting, and in the evening or if you pass through a tunnel, you can see it, and it's just right around the cabin. However, it's a driving experience that's a little bit different. I haven't driven the standard S-Class yet, but even this AMG with a sport orientated suspension, it still rides perfect. It still soaks up all the bumps, the irregularities in the road. But it's when you put your foot down, or actually when you get off the throttle, then there's the exhaust note that's a little bit different. But the engineers told us last night how they actually have changed the entire mapping of the throttle, the engine, even though it's the same engine we've seen in other AMG models. They had to change everything because the S-Class clients and buyer, they long for a different experience compared to the E63 owner.